COB commander. We are going to.
I think it has to do with the attitudes that this is very much seen as collateral damage of war, that this is inevitable as one of the weapons or tactics of war, or even as a kind of reward for soldiers, successful soldiers. And you can go back in history and find that it has existed as a phenomenon in almost every war and in every part of the world. Jean-Pierre Bemba, through his army, not preventing sexual violence. And also because in these cases we've seen the number of rapes outnumber killings and other forms of war crimes and atrocities. So it is indeed very, very important, and if especially the command responsibility, because it will send a message that there is such a thing as command responsibility also in preventing these crimes. It seems easy to maybe go after sort of the foot soldiers, if you allow me that expression, but in this case it's sort of at the highest level.
Jambo ba mama?
Jambo
Nava baba.
From a humanitarian point of view, I think there has been assistance given. I actually think that also the health care has been provided, but I think that from a security point of view there is still more to wish for. And when we were there, people were still living in the jungle during night because they didn't dare to go back to their houses. So it's a volatile situation. Our troops on the ground were not able to see the early warning signals and assume rapes. Also in this case, actually, the number of rapes outnumbered, there were no killings. There were only rape and looting and pillaging. So we have to train our peacekeepers on the ground in knowing how to respond to these early warning signals, and that we, in most of these cases, can assume rape, and then we have to make sure that we can try to prevent that. They are trying to deal with the trauma still after 15 years. They are trying to deal with the trauma on a daily basis and in very practical ways. But it was also disappointing to see that the whole legal process is painfully slow and has not produced the results that you would wish for. If we have by now 12 prosecutions, and we think that in the national courts, and we think that there might be as much as 50,000 victims. We don't know the exact number. I would say that 50 years after Dayton, there is still no peace for women in Bosnia and Herzegovina. We also saw that it has definitely spilled over and brutalized the society. So much of violence against women and children still.
About all the nations.